Hey there, and welcome to Just One Quick Question. You are about to meet Lauren White, the founder of White Loft in Austin, which is a studio designing, making, selling keepsake family heirlooms like this. And here's what happened when I asked Lauren just one quick question. How do you stay inspired?
Okay. I think so. This is actually a great question. So, as a founder and a business owner, celebrating 10 years today, as a matter of fact.
Wow, what
Yeah,
timing?
I know. I would say staying inspired kind of is rooted from the pride of what I've built in this business so far. And what keeps me going is what's to come. Not really what's left to do, but like I have more to build and I want to keep that motivation. And I think that's where the inspiration comes from, is knowing that there's more great things to come and really just the pride of what we've done in the last 10 years.
That's amazing. And you've done a lot. It's remarkable.
Yeah. I mean, it was a business that started on a dining room table. And now we're like a small team of a female driven team in Austin making keepsakes for families. And I hope we always can continue to do that. So I think that's a constant inspiration, is just knowing where we've come from. And there's so much more to come. And I can't wait to see what that looks like.
And as part of that, because I assume you have a plan, you've got a product plan and a business plan, and you know where you want to go. But is part of this because you also don't know what might reveal itself yet? Like there's an unknown?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%, because I feel like this whole track, if you had told this person 10 years ago on our dining room table, like, hey, you're going to have a legit business before you know it. I feel like at every opportunity, every turn, something comes up where, I just try to stay flexible in my approach, but really like firm in the goal that I'm going after.
Firm in the
So
goal.
I mean,
Nice.
there's probably a better way to say that,
Eh,
but you know what I
no, it's
mean?
good.
Like, having flexibility and getting to that end game has really behooved me. And so I think like that's something else where truly we've had so many amazing opportunities that were not in the business plan. And so that is something that keeps me inspired to know that the future is bright.
Got to wear shades. It's worth mentioning too that you had a corporate career. I mean, you're doing this amazing entrepreneurial, creative work now. But when I met
Yeah,
you, you were an HR person and a recruiter. Like,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it just took kind of yeah, I worked in a corporate life, I worked in startup life. I worked for a hospital system, which was the job that got me to Austin, and pretty
Oh, right.
soon yeah, nice, that was the job that got us here, and pretty soon this just became kind of a side hustle. Decided to leave that corporate job because it was just not what I needed,
Yeah.
and, White Loft was born, really,
There you go.
just yeah,
So,
2013.
2013. I told you I was going to throw another question at you that you weren't aware of
Okay,
yet, but or it's more an observation, I think,
okay,
and I want to hear your reaction or your feedback.
okay.
I have to assume that because of what you've done, this entrepreneurial endeavor, a woman led business, you are probably inspiring other people as well. Are you aware of that, or does anybody tell you that?
No one tells me that.
Okay.
I think occasionally I get a sense of it, but it's not at the front of my mind. I had an Instagram follower who has a small business. This is smart, actually. My daughter's a Girl Scout. She's selling Girl Scout cookies right now. And this Instagram follower, small business owner, said, I want to buy some cookies from your daughter and I'd like to have coffee with you. Could you deliver them? And I said, sure, because I love meeting people. Genius, right? And we
Yeah.
got there and she kind of asked me to tell her the story of how I got here. And then I
Right.
heard her story and we kind of collaborated on some ideas, and we're very far apart in business journey. So occasionally I guess I feel that inspiration, but really I look to so many other people that have like kind of set the trail and the path. I'm having coffee with one tomorrow, someone I admire who's has a huge business here in town. And
Hmm.
I just think we're all just walking each other home, right? Like we're just trying to help each other get
Yeah.
through the day.
Yeah.
If you can, I mean, I was actually thinking other things that inspire me kind of are other people and role models in the world of people that are doing
Hmm.
it and gives you the confidence and to do it. Because you can have all
Right.
the tenacity in the world, but if you don't believe in what you're doing, it's hard to stay inspired.
And another woman in Texas, in Waco. I know that Joanna Gaines was a bit of an inspiration when you saw what she did.
Yeah, I think back and it feels so like silly, but it was like huge then. I like made my own little press sheet and got it professionally
Right.
printed and I drove up to Waco with a couple friends because we wanted to see Magnolia Market and what it was all about.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I left the product that I made and this press sheet and they said at the cashier stand and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll get it to them." And about 2 weeks later, I got a call from their executive assistant saying, "Can you send us more samples? We're having a meeting this week." And Joanna does pick every item that they promote in their stores.
Wow.
So we didn't get it, but I felt like, again, these opportunities, you kind of have to be watching for them. But sometimes, what do they say? It's like opportunities when like preparation and luck meet or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I never remember that quote, but yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
I'll,
So,
I'll, I'll put it up on a graphic. I'll look up the actual quote and I'll put it up on a graphic.
same thing with that, like flexible in your like firm in the goal, flexible in your approach. That's one too,
Yeah.
and that's actually one I live by. But actually, I have one of my desk. This is a great quote, not to like derail this whole thing. It's a Michelle Obama quote. It says, "There's no magic to achievement. It's really about hard work, choices, and persistence."
That's it.
I
That's
mean, so
that's
that's
the
above my
magic
desk,
formula.
according to
That
Michelle O.
and Ted Lasso, right?
Oh, I mean, oh, you can't see it. I've got my believe sign right above my door because really,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah, yeah.
cheesy. But like, I believe and believe, right?
All right. That seemed like a really good place to wrap up. Thanks to Lauren for doing that. If you want to find her online on Instagram, the handle is at Shop White Loft, and the website is shopwhiteloft.com. See ya.